And welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. We have a jam-packed show for you. Great to be back in. The Seed here. Welcome in my podcast co-host. He's the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet and starting to become his food reviewer on his broccoli 6'4", but he's my buddy, Carolina Jackpot. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I am happier than puppy with two Peters. How are you?
Doing well, my friend. It's good to see you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this evening. We could do
good
baseball.
To see you back.
Well, thank you, sir.
Seems like I've missed you for a while there.
Yeah, good to be back in the saddle here. We have a lot to talk about. We've got I've got something I'm going to share with you in a moment, but we've got Gamecock baseball. I mean, we kind of have to start with that, Jackpot. I mean, y'all have fallen into the shitter. I think that's the fair phrase, right?
Oh yeah, that was definitely awful. I don't know what the hell I just did to myself there. Hold on just a second, dude. I'm gonna leave and come back. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know what I did. I'm not turning cartwheel.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. I think we're good to go now. Hot stuff there. I don't know, but he'll be back with a moment. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, got a lot to go into. Let's see. There's Jackpot. There we go, buddy. All right. It says the audio is messed up. I don't understand. Everything should be rolling smooth there. I don't get it. Everything's coming across good through my stuff. Yeah. All right, Jackpot. Anyway, your thoughts on what happened with South Carolina baseball? I mean, you're not happy, I'm sure.
No, they picked the absolute worst time of the year to do it. And look, I mean, I realize they got swept by the number one ranked team in the country. There's no excuse for not being able to win at least one of those games, especially when you're up 3-0 through 5 innings, whatever it was on Friday night. Just no guts, no fight. Just I don't know. And the game in-game management is just fucking horrible. It's horrible. How can you leave these pitchers in there and just leave them out to dry? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It was like that kid was throwing beach balls Friday night for a few batters there. It's awful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you think maybe Tennessee's good? Or do you think more shortcomings of South Carolina and your head coach, who is?
Yeah, they did it 2 series in a row.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to give you a leeway out of there, Jackpot. But in your opinion, does this guy need to go?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I
don't think he shouldn't have been retained after the 22 season. Well, they didn't make the regionals, so he shouldn't have been retained then. They gave him a little bit of rope. Last year he pulled off some kind of miracle super regional. I'm done. That's just not good enough anymore.
So you go into the SEC tournament, and I think you've got what, Arkansas first? Is that right? Is it Arkansas or Alabama first? Arkansas.
Alabama.
Right? Alabama, that's right. Yeah. So you're going to play Alabama first, and then go from there. If you beat Alabama, then you'll get Arkansas, I think is the way your bracket shakes out. I mean, do you feel very confident at all? Do you have any praise?
Your audio is all messed up. If they fire him tomorrow, maybe. Yeah. Do they ever do that? They ever fire a baseball coach in the season? Probably not, do they?
No.
I don't know. He just left us. So he's left me here all alone. Why did you leave me here all alone? What's going on, guys? I guess he's trying to fix his audio. He'll probably come back in in just a second. Jake says there's another Gamecock enter the transfer portal. In football? No, I don't know. Jay Rice says too hot out for a sweatshirt hoodie. Well, I'm not out. I'm in, and it's cold in this house. No, she keeps it on like 68 degrees. They're polar bears. Her and my stepdaughter. I can't deal with that. I got to have something on my body. I'll turn that on. I like it when I come in from cutting grass or being outside or something like that. Other than that, mm-mm. I normally will go in there and I'll sneak in and turn off the AC and stuff. Seeing Dion is going to Florida in 2025 to replace Napier. There's no chance. Who entered the transfer portal? I think I thought a baseball player was or was going to, but I don't know how you can enter it during the season. I'm not sure.
All right, I'm back, Jackpot. Hopefully that fixed it. We'll see. Sound better now? Worse? Different?
Yeah, that's much better.
All right, there
that
you
sounds
go.
Normal.
Yeah. All right, so by the way, I'm going to put out the link here if you guys want to comment and enjoy and come into the program. Feel free to have at it. There you go. It's going to be right over there in the comment section.
Yeah, we had quite a spirited volley over here on Wednesday night, but yeah, I couldn't. You know, of course, I don't know. I can't set up StreamYard, so I just had to kind of willy-nilly do the comment on everything type deal.
Well, we are back to be able to take your calls right there. There's the link if you would like to join the program. The Clemson baseball team, they're doing their thing. You know, there are a lot of Clemson team. They're playing pretty good baseball. But, you know, I said this until you get to a point where you win games when the calendar goes after my birthday, which is on May the 30th, by the way. Win some games after May 30th, and I'll start believing in what you're doing. Until then, it's just not. It seems like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Boston College, they won 12-10, 11-6, and Boston College run them yesterday in 8 innings. But I just feel like until they can start winning games in May, it's kind of hard for me to look at them and be like, all right, you guys are a great baseball team, because I need something to prove it to me. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they've got a different coach now, so maybe they've gotten past that. A really good coach. I don't know. I mean, I thought they could make it past May. I don't know. They could make it to Omaha. Really, they got the team to do it. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna advance very far. I don't think they have the pitching to do it. It's not insult. It's just
the way that it is. Yeah, gotta have that pitching. You're right. They open up ACC play and against Miami on Thursday, and then they play Louisville on Friday, which the ACC still does that pool play, and every year I say the same thing. What a pile of crap.
Megan, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'd like to wish the twat-sickle and the cunt hat a happy belated Mother's Day. Well, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you as well.
I think he's talking about me.
Okay, well,
I've got to see him.
I was going to try to take a little bit of heat for that, but since you
want
to jump right into,
I can deal with Peg and Megan, and
you want to jump right into the skillet, then go ahead.
He is a gentleman that he doesn't really know who he is, which is why he changes names every 8 seconds. So yeah, there's that. Poor Peg and Megan. It's kind of the way I look at that. Anyway, we could talk about the Clemson baseball team a little bit. There's also, I read this on the, there are Gamecock fans that are upset because they're not featured prominently in the build-up for the release of the AA fall game. I'm just like, what the hell? Did you see this stuff, Jackpot? I'm going to show you this because it made me laugh really hard. they're trying to. I mean, I think that it's nice to see your team there, and if you're a video game person, been waiting on this for a while. Did you play the game Jackpot when it was out when you were a long time ago? Were you one of the people that played?
I actually did. I played it with Jackpot Jr. a lot because he was, obviously he was younger than him. He's like, what? How old is he now? 23? I mean, he was like 10, 11, whatever, 12. Yeah. So we used to play a lot.
Yeah. So with that though, it's like, are you going to play? Do you have a system where you can play now? Are you going to play with Jackpot Jr. now? Or are you going to?
I don't have a system. No, he's invited me over to his apartment to play whenever the game comes in. So I'm actually leaving to go on vacation the day, or like they think it comes out on a Thursday. I'm leaving to go on vacation that Saturday. So yeah, I'll be out of pocket.
Oh well. Where are you heading on vacation? You're going to the Poconos again?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be relaxing in the hot tub naked probably that Sunday evening about that time on the podcast. No, but I'm still planning on doing the pod. Hopefully the internet up there is better than it has been the past times we've been there. It's kind of shaky sometimes up there too, but
I got nothing.
I heard that the Pocono Cellular folks were hard at work to get that taken care of.
Yeah, I mean they know that you're coming, and if you're going to continue to be there, then they better. You're a fancy man. They better have some internet for you, right?
By God.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find the clip on that. But anyway, people are upset. Gamecock fans are upset that the Gamecock is not part of all of the promotion that's out there. And I just was like, what the fuck? Is that
really Gamecock is not what?
So like when you see, I'm trying to find the post here from it, but it's like whenever they have the the pictures and stuff that come out with it, you'll see Georgia and you'll see Clemson and you'll see Alabama and Notre Dame. And I think I even saw some stuff with Tennessee. They even put Colorado in the mix. So you had all those where those programs were kind of featured prominently in the posts that have been coming out from EA Sports, but nothing for South Carolina. Gamecock fans are upset about it. And
I guess we should have won some games.
That's exactly what I thought. They're trying to.
And Colorado is just, they're doing that just to stir the pot because they know anything that they put out there with that is money. It's clicks, it's money. So.
Yeah. Completely with you. Anyway, I'm trying to find the actual post here. But anyway, I laughed at that because here's a thought: make your program relevant to a point where they'll actually draw eyes.
Is Virginia Tech featured?
No, Virginia Tech's not there. Vanderbilt's not there. Kentucky's not there. So it's not like they, went and slighted and said, you know what, we're just going to not put South Carolina doesn't draw the national audience that the brands that they're promoting do.
I would argue to say that Clemson is okay.
Just saying, that's in their eyes, and I guess they've got people that do the research or whatever.
There's a little bit of recency bias there. They have won a couple of national championships recently, so within the last 10 years. So
yep, they're slipping away a little bit, but yeah, there's that. Anyway, I'm going to put the link out here if you guys would like to join the show. So I agree with what Gamecock Chuck said here. We're going to put that out there.
Marty said the wake is on there, so I don't.
Oh wow, I didn't see the wake. Anyway, the link is out there. But Gamecock Chuck says, "Oh shit, something else for Beamer to cry about." Wow.
I'm sorry.
Would you mess up Wheezy there? What happened?
No, the Shih Tzu is laying here on top of Wheezy, and when I did that raspberry noise, she just looked up at me like, I mean, she was actually, I mean, she look at the camera. She got spooked. You spooked? Did you get spooked? Did
Jay
you?
says Beamer's hot dog stand better be on there. I was in some Facebook group earlier today, and there were some Georgia fans that were upset about it too. And I was like, I don't know what you're upset about. They've got Grand Theft Auto, the UGA edition. You get extra points if you drive around drunk and kill somebody.
Oh,
The Georgia fans were not upset. They were not happy about that. But
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we have that. We have Dabo Sweeney's comments from earlier this week where I sent you a message and it was just like, the fuck is this guy saying now? He basically said the majority of the players in the transfer portal couldn't play at Clemson, which he's right about to an extent. But the idea that you're not going to use any of these transfer portal players is just dumb. I don't even know what way to describe it. It's just dumb.
It is. And then the comment with the, we had 22 transfers in from high school. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to make light of it in kind of a way, in a nice way, say, get off my back about it. Well, they're not going to, because I mean, really, you're seeing someone that is just so stubborn that they're just going to fuel the. I don't know. I don't know that Clemson's going to fall off the map, but I mean, you're not going to compete for national championships. I mean, you're going to have weak spots on your roster no matter what. You're just going to, and you can use those guys to help smooth over those weak spots in the roster, plug some holes. It doesn't mean you don't give the high school guys or the second string, the whatever, you use them for depth. I mean, it doesn't mean that, but you can develop them better and slower and at a. I don't know what I'm saying. If you've got someone there who can immediately plug a hole, you can coach up that high school kid to where he's ready next season to take over that.
I got to read Jay's comment here. Thank you for the super chat. Will Dabo finish running off the Clemson bandwagoners if they lose 5 this year? Look, I don't think the Clemson bandwagon is as full as it once was. I don't think it is. No, I could be wrong, but it's frustrating to try, to have a conversation with the fan base that has so many people who don't know much about when my podcast co-host despises the Clemson program, but he knows more about it than a lot of the average fans do. It's kind of hard. It really is. Not everybody can be positive Mike, but I mean, at least halfway know what you're talking about, So that's kind of interesting too, but
they have no idea they have no idea of the greatness of Nealon Green.
Nealon Green. God, that's the best one, is Nealon Green. Old turf toe. Shut up.
The football prowess that was Nealon Green. I don't
Shotgun Willie Simmons. They don't know anything about that.
No, they don't.
They have no clue. Jay thinks Clemson's losing 5 this year. That's not happening. It's just not happening. Good luck with all that, though. Welcome to the program, Billy.
Hey, what y'all doing?
The podcast.
Well, we're talking to you, sir.
Well, I watched the game Friday night, and having been a baseball coach and played small baseball, Kingston blew that game.
Kingston blows a lot of games, sir.
He got runners on. No. Let me tell you, he got runners on. And then the heart of the lineup, the 2, 3, 4, 5 batters are coming up, which the 4 and the 3 and the 4, let me get it straight. The 4 and the 5 batters, both of them are 1 and 2 in total home runs at UT all time. Yeah. Plus, this team right now holds the Division I record for home runs. And this is the 3rd time coming through to face these. And he left that poor pitcher out there to face these guys for the third time. Yeah. You don't do that.
Look,
Any high school coach knows you got to go get him.
It seems like since Tanner left, Gamecock coaches leave pitchers out there too long. I can remember Chad Holbrook leaving out some poor kid from Lexington for Seth Beer to hit a ball and almost give the comrade a concussion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, this has happened on more than one occasion. I just remember that. They leave these kids out there too long. And he doesn't,
in this case,
doesn't evaluate talent very well either, bringing in extra arms and all that. He just doesn't do it.
Well, like I said, the heart of the lineup was, and these two batters, both of them are like 1 and 2. They switch week in, week out. Who's got the most home runs all time? Tennessee, but Tennessee overall, they lead Division I on home run, and he left that kid out there. I'm sitting here. What are you doing? This is the third time. But having said that, watched all 3 games. South Carolina's bullpen is kind of hurts a little bit. So maybe he was hoping that, you know, if he could get into one more inning, but there's no way you leave that kid out there.
He just, you know, you try to find good things to, I don't know. I try to find good things to say, and okay, maybe he didn't do this, maybe he didn't do that. But this guy just doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. He really, really doesn't. With some of now, there may be things going on behind the scenes, like, hey, I can't go to the bullpen because I've got X, Y, and Z happening out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you're a Gamecock fan, you're tired of hearing this shit.
Yeah.
Win some damn games, fool. What are you doing?
But, you know, I've followed South Carolina baseball since the mid-'70s when Bobby Thompson was the coach there. So, but it just amazed
Bobby
me.
Richardson, you mean?
Bobby Richardson, yeah. He hit the shot heard around the world, I think it was, with the Yankees. But I was just surprised.
June Raines was the coach when my fandom started.
But I can't understand why this program has gone that fast.
I'm not old enough to remember Bobby Richardson.
Well, Abe
Knuckleball Schwartz, or Phil Rizzuto, whoever was out there in your day.
Yep. So let's talk about the real topic. We've never talked golf on here. What about Scottie Scheffler? What about Scottie Scheffler?
I'm trying to think of the easiest way to say this.
Here's what you say. Just like my oldest son called me. Like I told him, just do what the cops tell you and you'll be fine. How
about Scottie Scheffler is one of us? The guy, I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't care if he is. If he's charged with what he's supposed to be charged with, no. Look, I'm sorry.
I mean, I agree with you. You're supposed to listen to the police, and that's theoretically what you're supposed to do. But on the other hand, yeah, I got arrested this morning. Let me come out and shoot a 600 today. Go fuck yourself.
And loosen up in the jail. He loosened up and did his stretches in the jail cell. He loosened up in the jail cell and everything.
That made me really happy. I don't know why, but he should have gotten in trouble. Let me get that out there. But the fact that I'm gonna dust that off. I'm gonna turn down the bologna sandwich because apparently the one has to be one of the bologna sandwich. No, I don't need that. But
what's funny is now we found out the police their GoPros were off. So nothing now is their GoPros mysteriously have been lost.
Yeah.
They can't be found.
He said he wished he was on LIV. If Scottie was on the live tour, Saudi and Prince would have showed up with a briefcase of cash and that overzealous constable's head on a stick. Good, sir.
I thought for a second it said his head on a stick.
What he needs to do, and it's on YouTube here. It's been on YouTube for years. It's a classic. It's Chris Rock. And title of this video's How Not to Get Your Ass Kicked by the Police. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
You just listen to the cops and do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
For the most part, you're not going to have any issues.
Sure, but what the question now is how many players before him, when that accident happened, or after him, made it to where they're supposed to be at without any problems.
Well, the city of Louisville's had some issues lately. We asked Big Barney Ross, he'll tell you Louisville's not where she's on anyway, but they've had some issues with just, I guess, what's the term? City issues. Like, cops are bad, judges are bad. I mean, it's just a shithole. So,
well, and then you break it down. I live from in the mountains in East Tennessee, and you would be fooled to get out of your car or not get out of your car and mouth off or spit at the police or jump for his gun.
Yeah,
you're dead.
I don't think that should be. I think you should try to listen to the police.
Just listen to the police and do what you're told, and you'll live to fight another day. All right, good show.
Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning too when this happened, right? So you don't tee off till 10 o'clock. If you have to wait a half hour, what the fuck are we missing? You should try to 600 out in the jail,
or just say, sir, I'm in the field. My name's Scottie Scheffler. Could you direct me around or get me around so I can not miss my tea time or whatever?
Yeah. Well, but it was 5 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck are we doing here, buddy?
Yeah, but when the policeman's holding on to your car door, you don't drive off and drag him down the street. But again, I find it interesting. The GoPros are now they didn't have them on. They're not there.
Even though their Commonwealth policy in Kentucky is you're supposed to have those things on, but not happening. All right, bud. Appreciate it, man.
Later. Hang in there, guys. Later.
All right, there you go. Billy joining the program. All right, we'll put the link out there if anybody else wants to join. The stuff with Sweeney, that was still, it's kind of hard to defend all that when he says shit like that. It really, really is.
Well, he's being flippant. Is that the right word, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, I don't know. Look, I don't want to sit here.
I think he thinks he's untouchable.
Well,
maybe he is. I don't know, but
someone needs to whisper to him. You do realize that Clemson fired Ken Hatfield and he was 9-3. Just make sure you understand that. Okay. So, and not saying that he should be going anywhere, not saying that he's not a good coach. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is that the administration up there, they fired Jack Leggett, who was there forever, because they got tired of his shit. I mean, if it comes down to a point, they will get rid of you. And that's just the way that it is. And there's not much you can do about it. There really isn't. So, he needs to have that in the mix. But what Jackpot said earlier about competing for a national title, until he embraces the transfer portal, and I'm not saying, go and get a 4-string quarterback that's never going to see the field. He should have had
don't go get Hunter Johnson to back up Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he should have had on last year's team. He should have went and gotten Levon Coleman. I think was the kid that went to Florida State and ended up
Deion Coleman
or Deion Coleman. Yeah, should have went and got him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Get that guy, and put that on last year's team, and then things like that can make a difference. What he's done is he's put so much pressure now where they can't miss on a recruit. Every recruit has to be a home run. If they don't get it, they're screwed. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, if they don't get every recruit, it's a mess. It's a mess. And once you make a mistake, you can't You can't fix it. You really can't. And a lot of these kids will come and go. So he's put himself behind the 8 ball with that, and adapt or die, and that's just what's going to happen to him there. So
look at this thing. She can be sitting here with me, just sitting here looking at you and fall asleep.
Mr. Joker says Clem sucks, which, when you say Clem sucks, you know what that means? When you say Clem sucks, what that says about you is that when you go to a bar and you ask for a drink, you expect the male bartender to stand up on top of the bar, pull out his Johnson, and give it to you, because that says that you have absolutely no common sense. But Mr. Joker says Clem sucks won't see the playoffs for a while. In the expanded playoff field, they will. They will. It's just the way that it is. And you know what? If you're a Gamecock fan, you should expect your team to be in the mix to go to the playoffs. Not every year, but every 5 years. Every 5 years? I don't think that's far-fetched. If you can't do that, then what are you spending money on over there?
I think if they get a good team together, every few years when everybody's, when you're got a lot of upperclassmen, you've got some continuity, you've gotten a few pieces out of the portal that you need, you've got a good quarterback, some good skill players, you should be able to compete for it.
Well, you've got the money too, right? I mean, you're in the SEC, you've got more money than everybody else. You pack your stadium. You've got fan support. 80,000 motherfuckers show up when you guys go 0-11. So the idea of that, you should question that if you're a fan. If you're not in the mix to go every 5 years, what are you doing? Might as well go and invest and try to find the next Don Staley, because football's not your sport. Sorry. Anyway.
What do you think about Shane Beamer? How short is his leash this year? Do you think they give him a mulligan on last year? Do you think he gets a mulligan this year? Because it's a tough schedule. What do you think?
I mean, I think he'll finish the year. He's not gonna pull a Muschamp and then quit in the middle of the year. I don't think they're gonna make him or fire in the middle of the year. What good's that gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, Spurrier got a fire that quit in the middle of the year.
Right, but like Beamer wants to be there, so I don't think he's just gonna up and go.
No, he's got a tough road to hoe this year. So
I do think if they go 4-8, okay, and I'm not saying they're gonna go 4-8, but if they go 4-8, it's gonna be a problem. I mean, he's gonna have to look for a job, in my opinion.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a problem.
All right, Bird to Fly joins the program. What's up, buddy? This is where you talk, sir. Hello, Bird to Fly.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. What you got, man?
Okay, so I got 2 scenarios for y'all that I wanted to ask. Which one do y'all think would be more likely? South Carolina starts the season off 2-1 with the obvious 2 wins being against Old Dominion and Kentucky, and the loss being against LSU, and maybe makes a bowl game, or do you think it's more likely that South Carolina could start off 3-0 and maybe win 9+ games and make a playoff run? And I'll let you guys go and hang up and listen.
I could see them starting off 3-0. I really could. I mean, beating LSU is not that far-fetched. They're at home. It's likely to be a night game. They're not very familiar with us. Of course, we're not very familiar with them. I don't think they're I think they're going to be rebuilding this year. Defensively, I think they got a good coach. I don't think they got a good personnel to execute said coach's plan. So I don't think that's that far-fetched. But even if they win those 3, I still don't think that means they're going 9-3. I mean, you got a lot of L's on that schedule coming up. I mean, you just do. I mean, you're not winning at Alabama. You ain't beating Ole Miss. You're probably not winning in Norman, Oklahoma. Let's say you're not winning in Norman, Oklahoma. Probably not beating Mizzou. Probably not beating Clemson. So Yeah, you can start off 3-0, but I don't see 9-3. I just don't see that as possible. I put that as Josh Pate would say, I put that at about a 9.75 on the boldness scale.
I think they could go 2-1. They could go, but I think that's if everything is rolling correctly. I don't think 3-0 is kind of a pipe dream. I stand by what I said.
I mean, it's not Kentucky and LSU are not juggernauts.
Look, Kentucky and LSU have the one thing that South Carolina doesn't have. You know what you're going to get with their coaches. You know that. We don't know anything about what South Carolina is.
What do you mean you know what do you mean you know what you're going to get with Brian Kelly? You got a brand new quarterback there.
Brian Kelly has the same thing every time. They put out good football teams. He always has a decent team, Jackpot. They're never.
Can you name any of his wide receivers to shoot? Because I can't.
Last year's wide receivers. Are you talking about?
Oh, we're not playing last year's game.
I got you. I understand that, but Brian Kelly will have a plan. I mean, this is the guy that everybody thought he was going to suck at LSU, and his first season he goes to the SEC championship game.
Frothy Towers said LSU has a way. I'm not saying they don't have a way better roster than us. I'm telling you their defense is fucking horrible. The game is in Williams-Brice. It's likely to be at night. Thinking that South Carolina could spring the goddamn upset is not that fucking unfathomable.
I don't think it's unfathomable. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
I'm not yelling at you, damn it.
Oh, well, you can yell at me.
Yell in the comment section.
All right. Well, you can yell at me too. I'm fine. I'm a big boy. But I think that, and also Kentucky, what do you get with them? Stoops wants to run the ball and play good defense. That's what you get with them. South Carolina doesn't have an identity. They don't. And until they get one, it's kind of hard to bank on them too. Even if you have the better roster.
You don't need an identity to wear jerseys and go out and win a football game. I mean, they've beaten Kentucky 2 years. I mean, they beat them 2 years in a row. So I don't know.
Well, going on the road there, I think is going to be tough.
2 years ago, Chet did it.
Right. And you did that with possibly the best quarterback to ever suit up for South Carolina. As far as
he wasn't really playing that good at that time. He wasn't playing that. They didn't win it because of him. Defense and turnovers, special teams won that game. And we need to get back to that too. That special teams was just average last year, which is going to be hard without a Pete Limbo. But, yeah, we got this NFL guy, so we'll see. He's supposed to be the shit.
Okay, we'll have to see on that. Frothy says talent wins games. Okay. Jack, for South Carolina, if they do start the season at when will I mean, I know you're going to be there regardless, but what's going to be the hinge point for you?
Talent wins games. Was South Carolina more talented than Tennessee when we beat them 2 years ago? Was South Carolina more talented than Clemson?
You had a better quarterback.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying. I'll take Spencer Rattler
had a
over
better
the other
quarterback than that. What y'all were trotting out there at the time. Uncle Lou was. I was listening to a video today. He was talking about Clemson falling off as a contender, and he was talking about what was going on in the ACC. He said Miami has a better quarterback than you do. Florida State has a better quarterback than you do. I'm not so sure about that. Really, I'm not.
I'm not completely sold on Klubnik. I'm not.
I'm not sold on him, but I'm not sold on him being. Well, I'm just saying I'm not sold on him being worse than DJ.
Oh, then Uiagalelei? Yeah. Uiagalelei is not very good. He's not. He's just not. Big Marty Ross says
footage of them practicing the other day, throwing the ball around, and he was working with one of his receivers, and I mean, he was just throwing him like a little 8-10 yard out route that should have been an easy completion. And I mean, he chucks the ball. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, he kind of chucked the ball, and it goes like 4 yards in front of the guy. There was no way that he could make the catch. I mean, instead of throwing a football, it looked like he was throwing a shot put. Like, what the fuck? I mean, what kind of mechanics are those?
Any better. So there's that. Jay says Louisville's going to win the ACC. I don't think so.
No, I think NC State has a better chance than Louisville, and I broke all of that down today on video that you guys should watch if you didn't already. Put a lot of work into that one.
Big Barney
Usually
Ross.
I don't. Usually I just go off on rants and here's my videos. Here's the thing I can't understand. I'll go off on these rants and tangents, tirades, whatever, in the car, and I'll get 1,500 people to view them in 12 hours. But I can actually put together a well thought out video discussing a particular topic, staying specific to it, not deviating from that subject, and nobody watches it. It's crazy.
Folks talking about Clemson's schedule in the comments section. Okay. Look, why don't we talk about this? Clemson will formally play SEC, play South Carolina and Georgia this year. I have lobbied for years. Take South Carolina off the schedule. It doesn't help the Clemson schedule.
But
no one wants to
it's
hear
just
that.
dumb. That's
No,
not
but it's
happening.
true, though.
So
It's true, though. It's true. You bring nothing to our schedule.
okay, then
Why the
so
fuck do we
okay,
play
so I mean, it must suck to be 500 against that team the past couple of years. It's pretty embarrassing.
That's fine. Nothing to our schedule. You can talk about the whole 500 thing all that you want, but in reality, you bring nothing to our schedule. The only reason that we play you is because there are cocksuckers
you a loss
in the
at
State
the end
House.
of the season a couple of years
Sure.
ago.
A couple of years ago, that's great. Cocksuckers in the State House want to see that game.
Laid a big shitter.
Out dollars and play in Columbia is not what's their business. It's not. We give you a Super Bowl every fucking year, and you don't deserve it. Win some games, and then you can come on the Clemson schedule.
How is that our Super Bowl?
Because every time you get there, what are you playing for?
We routinely play 5 to 6 teams
no,
a year
sir.
that are better
What,
than you.
What are you playing for when you play Clemson Thanksgiving weekend? What are you playing for? Nothing. The joy of beating Clemson.
This past year, we were playing for bowl eligibility, and we should have had it, quite frankly.
Well, but you're playing for what would be your signature win.
If one of Clemson's defensive backs wasn't smarter than everybody else on the field and ran something in for a score last year, I mean, you're talking about a ball game that's within a field goal, and it's a totally different scenario.
Spurs Up says South Carolina's Clemson's hardest game other than Georgia. That's an absolute lie.
You're absolute hot ass last year.
No, that is an absolute
who do you play that's tougher?
I don't know any other team on the schedule.
Okay, if somebody makes a definitive statement, I ask you a question and you can't answer it.
How about we go with Florida State? You want to go that route? NC State, they're better. Don't come at me with that nonsense.
NC State's better at home. You haven't lost to NC State at home since 2002. Give me a break.
You
ain't losing to them.
Don't care. They're a better program than you are right now. They got a better
that's debatable.
I ain't their coach. He's better than fucking Beamer.
Well, I mean, I've said that on multiple occasions, but they also play in the ACC. We really don't know what they are.
That could be fair too. The reality is, you may be the 5th toughest game on the schedule. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe restart. Anyway, I hate to hurt people's feelings with that, but that's just the way that it is.
It doesn't hurt my feelings because it's not true. You bookend the schedule with the 2 toughest games of the year, and this year you're likely bookending the schedule with losses.
South Carolina, Clemson's not losing to South Carolina. That's not happening.
Okay, well, I mean, sure, you said the same thing a couple of summers ago when we were sitting here.
Look, I'll tell you what, I'll put up a tattoo bet with you right now. I'll bet you a tattoo big South Carolina thing. What is the thing you guys have I'll put one of those on my arm against the tiger paw on your arm. You want to have the balls to go with it? Let's go.
No, I'm not doing that because you won't follow through with it. So
I will follow through with
I
it.
I don't bet people. After I took Pigskin Pete's money this past year, I swore I'm not taking people's money on the internet anymore or tattoos.
I'll do the tattoo if you want to go at it.
I don't take people's tattoos anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I retired from that game. You caught me a year too late.
I caught you a year too late. Hold on, I'm going to reset my audio server here, and then we'll go from there. People want to rejoin to see if that helped it out there. We'll see what's going on with my app tonight, but we'll see what happens there. Let me refresh and come back. All right, hold on.
Okay. Yeah, let's get him out of here. He's just full of shit tonight. He's on a bender about Clemson. Beating that tater drum, talking about how great they are, and that South Carolina's fucking irrelevant. South Carolina's struggled past couple of seasons, no doubt, but his team is slowly fading into the abyss, and beating up on the Gamecocks, I guess, makes them feel good. That's fine.
We shouldn't play them.
Start winning some games. Start going undefeated again. Well, no, we can't do that. Our coach is a moron.
Bird to fly will get comment here. I'll let Jackpot respond to that. He says we need to shut up and not complain about Kingston. We have 2 championships in baseball, and it's boring seeing the same team win.
What? Huh? What?
What? I thought he was talking about what you were talking about maybe he shouldn't be questioned. You know? Is that how you feel? He shouldn't be questioned at all?
I think he's got kind of, I don't know. His attitude is very pompous. He's a smart. I don't like the guy. I don't watch his interviews because I can't stand him. But he's another one that thinks he's the smartest person in the room when he's absolutely a born idiot. I mean, his coaching decisions, and we talked about that on the call a while ago. His coaching decisions bear that out. Jake says Jackpot, South Carolina might want to retire football. Huh?
We can go on a field trip.
Yeah.
Daddy, we can be going on a field
Another
trip.
dumb comment from the comment section.
It's a loser mentality, but I don't look too much of it. Most of the folks saying that are 60 plus years old.
Yeah, they're also the ones that are telling us to get off Shane Beamer's ass. No, I'm not going to. I want wins. Winning is all that matters. I don't care that the players like you. I don't care that you're recruiting well. I don't care that this and that and this and that and this and that. Win some ball games. And it's the same thing with this idiot. Why anybody? But with Beamer, I can understand that people defend him because he's a likable guy. I know your football team plays a hard schedule, whatever. I can possibly understand some people defending him. I don't, but I can understand people doing it. I cannot fathom anybody defending Mark Kingston at this point. That's just absolutely ludicrous to me.
I'm with you on that. I don't think that defending Kingston is I'm with you. But the people that are like, Beamer this and Beamer that, it's not, if you think that he should be given a pass for not going to a bowl game, I mean, what the hell do you want? If it happens for the second season in a row, today's day and age, I mean, you gotta look for somebody else. If you don't, it proves that you really don't care about football. You don't.
Well, okay. Jay Rice says Carolina could easily find a better coach than Beamer. I agree. R says Beamer needs to hire better coaches as well. I agree with that too. Look, if you've never been a coordinator, you better be able to surround yourself with really good minds on both sides of the ball.
How about
he's tried to do that. I don't believe that he's succeeded in doing that totally. I'm not sold on either one of the coordinators.
Right. Well, that my thing is that if you're an established coordinator, why would you go and play for this guy that cries like a bitch and kicks hot dog? Talks about hot dogs and kicks coolers. Why would you go and coach with that guy?
I don't know. I mean, my only thing would be, God, he's so stupid that maybe he gets fired in the midseason, and I get a chance to run the program and show what I can do. I don't know.
I think the only thing that if you're not coordinator, like maybe
I mean, him kicking coolers and talking about hot dogs, I mean, is no more stupid than Dabo Sweeney refusing to use a resource that's laid out right there at his feet, that everybody else is using. I mean, is one more stupid than the other?
But Dabo wins games, sir.
Dabo won 8 games last year. Lots of people did that.
He won 9 games.
Okay. He won 9 games. Lots of people did that.
Yeah.
I mean,
almost twice as many wins as Beamer had in the season, but sure.
Almost, but not. He won the same amount of games as Dave Doran did at NC State. Let's let that resonate.
Yep. Well, either way, look, I don't agree with what Sweeney's doing, but you know what Sweeney did though? He convinced the hottest offensive coordinator in the country. You guys had fucking my boat in to go. You know that I'm true. Completely right about that.
What? I can't hear what you're saying. We can't understand you.
Hold on. God damn it.
It's just a weak connection or something. I don't know what's wrong.
Let me adjust this. Hold on a second. I'm going to reboot and come right back. I'll be right back. Hold on. Dummy things. I
think Rob's got some of that Tennessee internet going on tonight. Jake, what's this? Jake says, I don't see Sellers being quarterback or Ashford. Okay, well, who's going to do it then? They're just not going to put a quarterback there. They're going to go out of the Wildcat every play. And what are we doing? Dial-up internet is rough. I think Rob's got 2 soup cans connected with a piece of yarn or something tonight. It's like he's got a coffee stirrer connected to 10 cans. Lord, maybe Jake Bentley can be the next head ball. Hey, he's in coaching now, right? So he was he's a coach at some high school now. I read.
Who are you talking about? Oh, Bentley?
Jake Bentley. He took a position coaching a football. Who's he the coach of? It's a high school.
Yeah, hold on. I read that the other day.
It's somebody in South Carolina, I think.
Yeah, it is. Hold on, I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see here. Yeah, it's
Rock Hill.
He's the quarterback, currently the quarterback's coach at. It says the quarterback coach at the University of Northern Alabama. I don't
Not
know
anymore. No, he's a high school coach now. He's back in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I saw it the other week, but I can't. Frothy says, "Can that Publix quarterback come coach up?" So, who are you talking about? Are you who's the Perry Orth? No,
Perry
or what was the guy's name? Zeb Noland.
Zeb Noland, yeah. All right, from the state newspaper, he has accepted a job passing game coordinator at Rock Hill High School.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to see it.
There you go.
Jerry Wells said Padre. Yeah, I saw the Padres were up on the Braves 8-0 that's brutal.
Yeah, the Braves are, I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. It seems like they're missing something. I don't know what it is.
Well, they're missing one of their starters for sure, but I mean they were performing okay.
Let's welcome Octavian to the program. Octavian, what's
Oh,
up, buddy?
God.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Go Gators, baby.
Go Gators.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna make Carolina jackpot into a Gator this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a dog in the hunt since we don't play y'all this time around.
Yeah,
Unless we
y'all don't
square
play.
off in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
That might happen.
South Carolina will never make the SEC championship game ever again. Yeah, they got lucky. They got lucky that 1 year. But anyway, Billy Cole. What about those Tennessee Volunteers? What about those Tennessee Volunteers, man? The two pick of a quarterback you have, the fan base, they tear down the goalposts every week. That's garbage to me. And I really wish I really wish I could have a Miami fan on right now because I really want to tell them they're gonna get beat by 50 points in the season opener.
Yeah,
50
I mean,
points.
they don't exist on this channel. I don't know that we've ever had one on here.
Slim
I see
Shady
them in the Uncle
Kane.
Lou comment section quite frequently, but over here, not so much.
Yeah, the Miami fans they know their season over. That's why they do that. You know, that's their season over with. And then just to let you FSU fans know something too. Y'all garbage. DJ Ukulele is fucking horrible. The program's horrible. Dumpster fire program. Throw the damn stadium away. They can only sit on one goddamn side of the stadium anyway. Sorry, this garbage. Absolute
Look,
trash.
it's
If,
you.
PSA. Any fans that's traveling to Florida State, be prepared to sit on in the student section with the students because you only can sit on one side of the stadium.
Okay.
I will say this. I mean, I
Fuck Florida
I
State.
hate it. I hate it. But Clemson really is my pick to win the ACC this year, even though they have the second best odds behind Florida State. I mean, you look at Florida State, look at that roster. I mean, they lost so much production. I
They
mean,
signed hell.
they have to be one of the highest production losses teams going into this season. And then plus you're starting DJ Uyangale. I don't I don't see them.
Listen. They're going 6-5. They're making the Liberty Bowl, man. They're making the Liberty Bowl and they play at Memphis in the Liberty Bowl. Point blank period. This you think they're going crazy now? Wait till the season starts. Wait till they fall off the. You ever watch The Price is Right with the mountain climber, the mountain climber where he goes up for every dollar for every loss. This is for FSU fans. For every loss that they take, the mountain climber's gonna move every one step for every loss.
Yeah,
And they're
like the
gonna
little
eventually
mountain
fall off.
climber. Yeah, and then they're gonna go off the top.
They're
Because
gonna go off.
I don't think they've got the roster to compete this year. I really don't.
Clemson gonna beat them by 30 points.
I don't know about that, but I think they might
I,
beat
I,
them.
I, I honestly
Throwing out
believe.
some
I
big
honestly
numbers.
believe it. I honestly believe it.
Look, but Napier's still your coach, though, so you can't really say much. I mean, he looks like he looks
Well,
like he looks like a byproduct of a love child of, I don't know, two people that have an IQ of about 10.
guess what?
So,
If we go when we be the first team that goes 16-0, the first 12-team college football national champions, when we kiss up the trophy and take it back to Gainesville and just rub it into y'all Gamecocks, Bulldogs, Tennessee fans, and FSU fans, y'all understand. Y'all gonna understand.
okay, terrific.
Yep. Clemson's gonna make the Clemson's gonna make the one of the playoffs. Clemson's gonna make the playoffs. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Clemson's gonna make the deep run to the playoffs, and I expect them to be in the top four. I think they're gonna get knocked out in the top four, like the last four. What you call it? The final four. They get knocked out at the final four. But Clemson have a good season. Clemson have a good season. South Carolina, on the other hand, Duke's Mayo Bowl or fire Shane Beamer. That's the only two options I have for them.
Okay.
Go
Anything
Gators.
else?
What's up, Chuck? In the comment section, he says it's his first time posting. He says, does Mizzou belong in the SEC yet? I actually picked Mizzou as my dark horse candidate to win the
Are you
entire
serious?
conference.
Are you serious? Did he say Missouri? Who the
Yes,
fuck they
Missouri.
have on their team?
They stomped the shit out of you when they played you.
They only beat us by a field goal. What is it? They
were a better team.
Yeah, that was one of their down games.
Yeah.
Oh man, Missouri is nobody, man. I'm just gonna tell y'all that right now. Luther Burden.
I'm telling you, their skill players are legit. I mean, they have 3 wide receivers that are probably going to play on Sundays.
They remind me of Tennessee with the toothpick of a quarterback. They just got a more talented wide receiver. Nico, I'm gonna leave you. The toothpick man. That's like I call him, the toothpick man. I just can't wait to break him up. I just can't wait to break him up in Neyland Stadium. I just cannot wait. And Billy Cole, if you got anything to say about me talking about your quarterback, you can come say it to my face. Tennessee's not good no more. They're not good.
Octavia, why are you arguing with an elderly man and you're trying to talk shit to him? Go.
Last time I called on this show, he made fun of my team. He made fun of my baseball team, saying that they run with us like a high school team.
Brother, everyone makes fun of your team, not just Billy. You just hear Billy.
I like that. There he goes.
Welcome, Chris, to the show. Chris, what's up?
Why is he? Did you call Trevor Lawrence a toothpick? Because Trevor Lawrence literally went to the combine and he weighed 7 pounds more than Nico currently weighs.
Is this a Tennessee fan?
Yes.
Is y'all tearing down the goalposts every week?
Not when we beat Florida. No, we beat you at home, and it was a blip on the radar. We beat Alabama at home. They actually mattered.
If y'all didn't beat Alabama, that was y'all goalpost game anyway.
Are you ever going to score a touchdown in a bowl game ever again? Are you ever going to make a bowl game ever again?
Yeah, we'll make a bowl game. We're gonna break. Are you gonna beat us ever again? That's the next question for you.
We beat you 2 years ago. Your coach can't win on the road. Your coach hasn't beat a team. Your coach hasn't beat a bowl eligible team away from the swamp yet. He's been there for 2 years. He can't beat a bowl eligible team away from the swamp. He goes to a neutral site game, gets stomped. Goes on the road, gets stomped. Goes to a bowl game, gets stomped.
A down like battle ball syndrome or something. Battle ball syndrome.
You just hitting Twitter. You just hitting like Twitter hot words that you read one time in a group chat, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. Your coach can't win on the road. Your coach goes on the road and gets stomped by bad teams.
29-16. 29-16.
What are we talking about? What is that, like your lottery numbers? What are you talking about, sir?
29-16. That's what we going.
Bro, his quarterback had to sit out the next game after they played us. He wants to talk about knocking our quarterback out. Your quarterback had to miss the next game because he couldn't play it because Tennessee hit him so hard last game. If ETN wasn't there, they wouldn't have won. Where's ETN now? I'm worried about ETN. I'm not worried about Florida. I'm worried about ETN at Georgia running all over us. But who they got? Montrell Johnson? 1.5 yards a fucking carry is what they had.
Ugh.
Like, they got nothing left. The only good player they had on the whole team hit the portal and went to their rival.
That Montreal guy was so bad, even the Gamecock stops his running game.
Dude, he's not good. And they didn't get anything in the portal. They didn't get anything in the portal. They didn't get anything out of high school. Put DJ Lagway. Put a running back number on him. He'd be your best running back.
I mean, I didn't realize it was this one-sided, and I'm not throwing barbs at you, sir.
No, I get it. The dude... Legends like Urban Meyer beat the dog shit. Urban Meyer, Steve Spurrier, guys like that beat the dog shit out of bad coaches. And Fulmer in his later years.
Tennessee has 5 wins against Florida since 2000. And I'm trying to find your last win in Gainesville down there.
It's probably like 2002.
2003. So you have 1 win in Gainesville since 2003. Casey
Clausen
dominated that series down there. when you think
I
about
don't
it.
disagree. I don't disagree. And I think this is the worst coach they've ever had. The man, Josh Heupel, is very good at home. Georgia's the only team since he's gotten a full team and not playing with 65 scholarship players. I mean, let's look at his 4 home losses in the 3 years he's been there. The best Ole Miss since desegregation, the best Pitt since Johnny Majors was there in Georgia twice. So you really think a 5-win Florida team is going to come in when that man can't beat anybody on the road? He goes on the road. You could literally, if they had to play Florida Atlantic on the road, they would probably lose. That's just the type of coach Billy is. The Swamp is tough to play in. A lot of teams struggle there, Tennessee being one of them. But Billy on the road, they are abysmal. They don't come close to beating bowl-eligible teams on the road.
I mean, they're just not. They're not the Florida of old, you know.
And that's what they don't realize. They think that Steve Spurrier's walking to that door. When Steve Spurrier, who works in the facility, the man has an office in the facility, and he is openly saying, bro, this is the worst I've ever seen it. He's saying this about your sitting head coach, and you think you're in good hands when the greatest coach out there, who should honestly pay lip service and tell everybody, hey man, things are going good, donate your money, but he's sitting there saying, I wouldn't give my money to this shit. Not me. That's what Steve Spurrier's saying about their program, and the man works in the building with Billy. Could you imagine having to walk by his office as Billy Napier and be like, thanks for the vote of confidence?
Respectfully, though, what the fuck can Napier say to him? Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. Can I get you some coffee, coach?
Well,
What's
Steve Spurrier's job? What's Steve Spurrier's position in Florida?
He's like an advisor to the DA, or not the DA, the AD.
Mm.
Essentially, the same thing.
Too hard for him. I hope he doesn't walk out and quit on him.
He's there to fundraise. But I think that'll be the same thing with Alabama. I think if things go a little south, they go 9-3, even 10-2. Everybody's going to be asking Nick Saban, well, what do you think? And I think he's going to be honest, and that's not the man you really want looking over your shoulders the whole time, but we'll see.
I don't know. This whole thing of Florida fans thinking that they're, running around with Tim Tebow as their quarterback and everything, and they're going to have that dominant of a team again. Just stop it. Until you actually do it, I don't want to hear it.
Kirby's done well. He's played against some good coaches, Dabo and Saban, and beat them. Urban came in at the perfect time. You had Mark Richt, who was just way too nice of a coach to do the things he needed to do to recruit against the man. And then Philip Fulmer was at the end of his tenure. He was falling off. And until the man was running shit, and then the moment anyone that could give him any kind of pushback like Nick Saban did walked in, he did. I'm out. I can no. He came into the SEC at the perfect time.
Well, and I mean, he also got a generational quarterback in Tim Tebow. That kind of helps things too. And there were a lot of other players that were there that he got. So I mean, there's
he recruited well, and that was the biggest problem. If you had Kirby Smart, if you could take Kirby Smart, his same age, and put him back 15 years ago, nobody would know who Urban Meyer was. The biggest problem was Mark Richt and Urban Meyer would go up against each other for a talent, and Urban Meyer was ready to drop the Corvette and pay for the apartment and give his mom $100,000. Like, he was ready to do all that, and Mark Richt wouldn't. But if you took a man like Kirby Smart, who'll get down in the mud with anybody, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's legal now, but even back then, if you had a man that recruited like Kirby Smart or Nick Saban or anybody like that would get in the mud with Urban Meyer, no one would know who Urban Meyer was. He would be like Dan Mullen was. He would win some games. He'd probably win the East once, but he wouldn't have had the titles he had. I mean, they almost didn't get Tim Tebow. If Alabama hadn't fired Shula and hired Nick Saban, he would have been at Alabama. He had no desire to go to Florida, even though he grew up a Florida fan. That's the state Florida was in.
I mean, I'd love to debate with you, but you're probably right on the majority of that. I mean,
I don't know. My thing is I see it on Facebook, and everybody's like, oh, Nico's a toothpick. He's 6'6". Would I like for him to be 240 pounds? I mean, he'd be built like DJU or Joe Milton, and that's not worked out well.
When you get that tall, if you put on too much weight, you're going to be slow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I'm not saying he's Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had generational arm. We don't know what Nico's got yet. But when you watch him run in that bowl game, he runs like Trevor. You're like, that dude's slow as hell. And you're like, wait a minute, he's outrunning everybody. And you're like, okay, he's got that long stride like Trevor. And Trevor, I mean, Trevor weighed in, and they're not going to lie at the combine. Trevor weighed in at 213 pounds at the combine. That's not exactly huge, especially on a 6'6" frame. And he was fine. I mean, what did he do? Get knocked out one game, maybe?
Well, he had Urban Meyer as his coach, so there's that.
Oh no, I was talking about in college. He stayed pretty healthy in college, did he not?
I mean, he was healthy for the most part. I mean, he took some shots.
He didn't have any. I mean, you had solid college O linemen blocking for him, but it's not like he had.
Well, but on the other hand, though, when it comes down to your quarterback, it's going to be, can he take shots? Because he's going to get hit when he's the full-time guy. And he's going to go out there and have to play a 12-game schedule instead of just, the bowl game, etc.
Yeah.
You take shots and bounce back from them. We don't know that yet because he hasn't.
Oh, 100%. But I think bringing his weight and his size into it is silly.
But if he does go out and he takes a shot, and then that's what everybody's going to say. Well, if they had more muscle on him, that wouldn't have happened. Yeah. It's not necessarily true.
No,
it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you have quarterbacks. They're tough.
Too.
Some of the smallest quarterbacks, what's his name? Stetson Bennett, that dude, which he was drunk and didn't film most of it, but that dude would take some pretty decent hits when he'd go out running wide open, and he'd pop right back up. I mean, Kyler Murray was the same way. Kyler Murray wasn't missing any. That dude was a $180. Bryce Young, the hits he was taking in that Tennessee-Alabama game, and he would get up smiling. I swear they had to have had him on perks or something, because he would get up smiling after taking some massive hits. And I'm just like, man, I'm glad Tennessee won that game, but had Alabama won that game, that would have been another Heisman moment for him. He probably would have won another Heisman off that game just because of, I mean, that kid was tougher than nails in that game, and he's a $190, 5'10". Like, size, people put way too much weight into size. No pun intended.
We'll see how that works out for him, but I think that's something that's interesting though, is can he take a full season of shots?
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to be as effective in game 8 as he is in game 1?
Luckily the system we got, it protects them. People aren't really going to stack the boxes and power rush on them too much. I mean, Joe Milton held onto the ball way too long last year in Tennessee until the bowl game. Was second in the league in sacks allowed behind Georgia. So it's not like they were – I mean, Alabama's out there giving up 50 sacks a season right now, and they're supposed to be O-line U. So we'll see how long their quarterback lasts if they're still giving up sacks like that.
Eastbound Dog says a drunk quarterback beat the hell out of Tennessee.
I gave the kid –
Who are you talking about, Steven Garcia?
No, he's talking about –
I'm talking about
Stetson
Bennett. I was talking about how he could take hits. I mean, I gave the kid a compliment.
Well, Stephen Garcia was probably drunk.
They're so insecure, man. I gave the kid a compliment about how tough he was, and they're like, meh. You would think a team with 2 titles in the last 3 years would be more secure in themselves, but
no.
But
well, see, here's the thing with Georgia. They're a great program. They absolutely are. They beat the shit out of everyone. They have a great coach. They get the best recruits. They've got all of that. But the problem that they have is that they think they're the prettiest girl at the prom. But in all actuality, if it's the past 20 years, people are going to think Alabama's the prettiest girl at the prom.
Yeah.
And if Alabama doesn't show up at the prom, then they're there, then they're fine. But they have to keep being reminded that, oh, you're still beautiful. You're still hot as fuck. They have to be told that every single day. And it's fun because they don't have to be that way because they're great.
I think it bothers them too because
you don't.
They're kind of in the kind of like Miami, whereas you're like, you look at Georgia as a program that should be good. If somebody comes into Clemson or somebody comes into Alabama in the shape they were in, or South Carolina and wins 11 games 3 years in a row, it's like, okay, you built that shit from the ground up. You had to go out of state to recruit. You're not really you don't really have to. Georgia could literally recruit the city of Atlanta and should be able to win 10 games, never leaving the state. And that's what makes them mad is if you sit there and tell them like, hey, yeah, you should be this good. Like, it's good you're this good. And I'm sure as a Georgia fan, it's really fun, but you should be. You didn't have to build anything. Your coach was born on third when he came in. He inherited a 10-win team with guys like Nick Chubb and Sony Michel already on the roster. You got tons of people that are still in the NFL that was all over that roster. And they act like he inherited, what Clemson did or what Steve Spurrier did. Like, it's insane.
Well, once again, they'll take and they'll run and say that I was knocking their program. I'm not. You are one of the best programs in the country, But as a fan base, a lot of you just have to have your dick sucked every single second. Or
What's
not good.
Jackpot's favorite saying? They need their flowers.
No, I mean, maybe
flowers.
Mine's the more X-rated version. They've got to be blown every day, 3 times a day, just to make sure that they are happy. Even though they're the greatest thing ever, they're literally throat fucking somebody every day.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not good enough. We have to do it all the time.
But I mean, they'll be good, and that's the thing is that like I can admit they'll be good this year. That's what kills me is like a lot of their media and fan base. You're like, hey man, like I think Georgia's going to be good, and they're like, we'll beat the shit out of you. It's like I said that, and they're like, yeah, but we will. It's like, all right, man, cool. Like you got it. I don't know.
Awesome. You hey man, you guys are going to be good. You goddamn right. We're going to beat you by 70. I just said you're going to be good. Like I've told all the Georgia fans, I expect Clemson to go and catch an L the first game of the season. I expect that. I expect Georgia to cover. I do. Oh, why say that? Oh, fuck you. We're going to win by 40.
It's because they need it. Like they joke around about Kirby Smart telling everybody they were going 7-5, but I think they genuinely need that mentality. Like they
Harry
need to feel
Lake
slighted.
says the jealousy oozes. No, sir. No, sir. The jealousy does not ooze from me. Okay. I'm not one of these people that wants to have my coach running around with an LPGA visor, having to have press conferences to explain why I can't keep my program in order and why we've got people dying on the streets from drunk assholes. Not jealous of that at all, sir. I'm not talking about Dabo people in kid pools. That bothers you, then whatever.
Bird to Fly says, I was only 9 years old when South Carolina made the SEC championship. I can't really have an opinion on it. I got an opinion on it. They fucking stunk it up. It was a wasted trip.
It was.
Terrible.
All right, Chris, you got anything else, buddy?
Nah, I appreciate you taking my call.
All right, man. Have a good day. All right, Jackpot. I think we've had a good show. You got anything else, man?
I don't. Honest with you.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday.
Thanks, guys.